The conviction of Paul Manafort is another blow to President Trump and a boost for Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Manafort was among the first charged as a part of the Special Counsel investigation, and now Mueller can claim a win in court despite sustained attacks by President Trump. Overnight, the president in West Virginia energizing the Trump faithful with a familiar line of attack.
Fake news and the Russian witch hunt. We got a whole big combination. Where is the collusion?
But just hours earlier, real results for the special counsel. A jury found former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort guilty on 8 of 18 criminal counts, unable to agree on the other 10. The convictions related to fraud and financial crimes, activity that took place before Manafort's stint on the campaign, a point Mr. Trump stressed Tuesday.
It doesn't involve me, but I still feel, it's a very sad thing that happens. This has nothing to do with Russian collusion. This started as Russian collusion. This has absolutely nothing to do. This is a witch hunt, and it's a disgrace.
Prosecutors argued from 2010 to 2014, Manafort earned more than $30 million, but reported less than half of that as income, money earned as a political consultant for the former pro-Russian president of Ukraine. Prosecutors also showed that Manafort stashed the money in overseas banks, buying expensive clothes, antiques, and cars, bypassing the IRS. And they say when the Ukrainian money dried up, Manafort lied in applying for more than $20 million in loans to fund his lavish lifestyle.
Mr. Manafort is disappointed of not getting acquittals all the way through or a complete hung jury on all counts.
For months, President Trump has distanced himself from his former campaign chair.
Paul Manafort worked for me for a very short period of time.
Manafort served on the Trump campaign for about 5 months, including 3 as the campaign chair, overseeing the critical stretch during the Republican National Convention. The president recently asked if he plans to pardon him.
Will you pardon Paul Manafort?
I don't talk about that.
If he's convicted?
I don't talk about that.
Now, Manafort faces more than 10 years in prison and faces a second trial right here in D.C. next month. We will obviously be watching this very closely. This could be critical for President Trump. And on that second trial, he faces a slew of charges, including failing to register as a foreign lobbyist. Hoda and Savannah.
All right, Kristen Welker at the White House. Kristen, thanks.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.